Hello, I've had some questions lately about grapes. How do you make a grape orchard? How do you take care of them? How do you harvest them? And are they worth all the trouble? Hi, I'm Farmer Teacher. We're going to answer these questions. Let's take a look. Okay, the first step is going to be to check your field condition. Okay, so we're going to go to the menu. There's our field, and we're going to go over to soil competition, and it needs lime. Okay, so let's put some lime down. Okay, to put lime down, you're going to go to fertilizer spreaders and look for one that does also lime. The little triangle there is lime. So that one does lime. That one does lime. We have this one, it's a mod, and that one does lime. So any of those will work. And then you go to the menu down here under pallets, right here, big pallets. And right here is lime for $450. You get 1,000 or 2,000 liters of that. And that's what we have. We are spreading that out. Okay, we got our field all lined up, but what I got to do now is go to March, because that's when we plant grapes, okay? And we got to get this field set up. So we're going to go ahead to March, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. It's March. It's time to get our grapevines put down in our field over here. So let's go to it. What we're going to do is go to the construction menu and go down to factories. Okay, then you're going to go over to, you see, cultivation, and the first choice there is grapes. Okay, grapevine. Now notice it's $25 for a little piece, so be sure that you have plenty of money for this, and we're going to see how much that, how much it's going to take here in just a minute. So we're going to select grapevine there and go over here to the corner, and we're going to put one right in the very corner. Boom. Now as we go down, what we're going to do is run this lengthways on the longest part of our field there. I'm going to zoom in and get this one right in the corner. Boom, there you go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is come over here a little ways and notice it's going to put it down again. Okay, so I'm going to start a leg here and it puts them at the proper distance. Okay. Boom. Then I come over this way again. It starts another leg. All right, check it out. We got our whole field covered in grapes. Look at that. Nice, even rows. They are coming along, but we need to put some fertilizer in there. We have lime. Okay, now what we're going to do is go to packs right here, and we're going to look under grapes. And what it's going to show you is everything we need. Now, notice the little tractor there. This thing is skinny, okay, and it's designed that way for grapes so you can get between the rows. Now it comes with 70 horsepower, but what I'm going to do is bump that up to 112, and I'll show you why I did that a little bit later. But right now I'm going to get 112 horsepower in that. And I'm going to get this fertilizer right here, this sprayer, okay, for $28,000. My tractor was $39,500. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. The harvester is a little more expensive though when we get into that. But this shows you everything you're going to need here, right here to get rolling. So let's go ahead and get this. Now this fertilizer spreader does only liquid fertilizer. So I'm going to connect to this. Then I'm going to go to the menu here. And I'm going to get some liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer, not solid. Solid will not work. Okay, I'll put that in here. Let's see, I'm going to get another one too, because I don't want to have to get some later. Because this thing will hold two of these. There you go. All right, let's go to our field. Okay, we're back. We got our fertilizer. I'm going to go down here and turn this on. I'm going to go down each row and put some fertilizer down. You can see now. It's going down. You can see it. Now, it's hard to use the AI on here for grapes. I just hit the button and it cut off. So most of this you're going to be doing yourself. Okay, now I'm going down the next row. I'm just going to keep doing this until the whole field is fertilized. Oops. But you got to pay attention that you don't run into the grapes. You'll get stuck. Luckily, the tank holds a fair amount of materials as far as liquid fertilizer goes. And there you go. We're just going to keep going until we're done. Okay, we're making some progress here, but oh, by the way, it costs $52,650 for this field to put the grapevines in there. Now the good news is you only have to do that one time. Only have to do that one time. Once it's set up, you don't have to do it again. Okay, so it's an initial outlay of $52,000 for this field. Okay, check it out. We have finished our fertilizing. It's all fertilized. Look at on the menu here. It is all light blue. So that's one layer. So we're going to go to next month and put another fertilization layer on there. Okay, check it out. We've gone on into April and look at our grapes now. They are looking good. Look at that. All right, so what we got to do is put another layer of fertilization on there. And we're just going to hop on that. And just like before, we're just going to go down each row. Some people say you can go down every other row, but it doesn't quite cover it good. I don't want the yield. This is not that expensive. I'm going to do it the best I can. So we'll be back. Okay, we fertilized our field, so it has 2 layers of fertilization on there. It's 100% fertilized. It's in the 3rd stage of growth. It's April, so we're going to go on into May. Well, it's a nice rainy May. We don't have to do anything in May. We fertilized it twice. Our grapes are coming up. They're growing nicely. But we do have some stuff into June. So let's go on into June. Okay, check it out. We've gone into June. Now what you're supposed to do is hook your mulcher to the back of your tractor and go down each row. And I usually even get the outside row because we got to mow all that grass down. And then you hook the subsoiler to the back of the tractor and you go down each row. But let me show you a little trick. Okay, now I have the mulcher hooked to the back. What I'm going to do is take that off. And I'm going to hook it to the front of my tractor. You won't find this in the book anywhere, by the way. But I've been playing Farming Simulator for a long time. All right, check this out. So we're going to hook this to the front. Now this is one of the reasons, or the reason, that I upped the horsepower on my tractor from 70 to 112, because 70 won't do this. Now you're supposed to mulch it first and then subsoil it. So what we're doing in effect is mulching it first and then subsoiling it. But we're doing it one pass at the same time. So what I got to do is watch my menu there, lower cultivator, turn it on. Now I got to switch to the subsoiler, or the mulcher I mean. Lower the mulcher, turn it on. Make sure they're both running, okay? And they are. Now I can go down here and mulch it and subsoil it at the same time. Some people try to get close to the sides. You really just go right down. Okay, we have done mulched and subsoiled our field. Check it out. Look at that. So we go down each row. It's been mulched and subsoiled. You just stay in the center and it's good enough. If you're an overachiever, you can come get this outside edge. Probably should get that. A couple of reminders. Remember, the mulcher has to be on the front and the subsoiler on the back if you're going to do this double pass thing, because we mulched and subsoiled in half the time because we did them both at once. Okay, just remember that each one is lowered and on, and you have to switch between that with Y. So like I say, switch between that by hitting Y up there at the top, and then just check your help menu up there, make sure each one is on and lowered before you do it. All right, let's go to the next month. Okay, it's July. Check it out. You can still see our grass is low there in the middle. We don't have to do anything in July, as long as it's fertilized with 2 coats, and we've already mulched it and subsoiled it. So let's go to the next month. Okay, it's a nice rainy day in August, and our grapes are still looking good. The grass in the middle is still low. We don't have to do anything, but next month, they should be ready to harvest. So let's go to next month, which is September. Okay, we've gone into September. It is harvest time. Check this out. You can see these grapes down there. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so if we're standing in the field, our information tells us that it's ready to harvest. You can see the grapes on there visually. And then if you go to the grow stage, you can see that it's bright orange, and that means ready to harvest. So they are ready to go. So remember, we went to packs under grapes, and we got to get a couple of things. We still got to get this thing. That's the harvester for $242,000. Okay, not the cheapest thing, but cheaper than some of the bigger ones. And we're going to need this little trailer here to pull them in. Look at this. Isn't that cool? And we'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back with our harvester. We're going to need to unfold the harvester. You can see it rise up there and unfold itself. And we're going to need to turn on the harvester. Now you can see that it's running. What we got to do, to the left of us, the center of that is where we got to center ourselves a row of grapes. Okay, so we'll be just to the left of them. And we're going to go down the row right here, just like this. There you go. We are harvesting grapes. Look at that. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this for a little bit until we get a load. Okay, check it out. Each row was about 41.5% full for my harvester. So what I'm going to do is empty it after every 2 rows. That way I don't get stuck in the middle and have to empty it. So I'm at 83% right now, and I'm going to empty my harvester. Okay, so I put my trailer behind me. I'm just going to close the distance a little bit, and then you can see the symbol there, dump grapes. I'm going to dump it just like I would anything else right into the trailer. There you go. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And we got a load of grapes. So our trailer is 43% full, so I can hold 2 of these. So what I'm going to do is move the trailer and go down 2 more rows. Okay, check it out. We have another load of grapes. So now our trailer is close to full. So I got to do something with it. Now let me show you something. If you look at prices on the menu for grapes, we're almost at an all-time low right now to sell it. Okay, maybe $14.50, $14.88. The low is $14.13 next month. But in May, I could sell that for $2,088. So what I'm going to do is store them. Now you cannot put these grapes in a regular silo. It will not work. Okay, it won't work. But let me show you what I have over here. There's a couple of different options, and these are mods. Okay, the mod I have right here is grape storage, is grape and olive storages, and it comes with an olive one and a grape one. And I like it. It's only $15,000, and you also have the option of sending them to production once you've loaded them in there. So, and it looks cool. It shows the grapes there. So once you have this thing loaded, it's like its own little mini production facility, and you can store them in there. 500,000 liters, and then but you could also sell them or distribute them right from here if you wanted to. So that's pretty cool. So you're not just hauling a whole bunch of stuff. So right now we're just going to store them. So let me put them in there. Let me show you another option too. If you want something that looks a little more realistic. Of course, this looks pretty realistic. But if you want another kind, okay, I've loaded this one too for $60,000, and it's grape silo mod. And it's bigger, okay, you would put it somewhere and then store your grapes in there. It holds 200,000. And there you go. That's a couple of options. Both of these are on the mod hub, so you have to get them from the mod thing and put them into your game. And once you get them, you just go to construction menu and you're going to see them. So let's put our grapes in there. I'm going to collect them and sell them at the opportune time. Now something else you could do is put them into production. You won't find these on a standard map, but there are some maps over in Italy that have grape production on them. So that's an option. And you can also get, grape productions from the mod hub. And there's a grape juice factory you can get, put on your map somewhere, to turn this into, something besides grapes and increase your profits that way. All right, we're going to continue harvesting this and get the rest of our grapes. By the way, we'll be back here when we're done, and I want to show you how much money we got for this, because that's cool to know. Cool to know. Okay, we're done harvesting all our grapes, and we'll talk about how much money that is here in a little bit. But now what we got to do is put another layer of fertilization on our grapes. We're going to go through here and fertilize each row. And look at that. See, it's fertilizing that little blue stripe there. There was no fertilization left, so you can tell by looking at it, the soil conditions, that it needs fertilizing. Okay, we have fertilized all of our grapes again, so they are good to go. Now we're going to go to the next month. It is September now. The next month is October, and I'll show you what we have to do in October. Okay, it's October. Look at our grapes, and they are not ready to prune. So what I'm looking for is yellow on the leaves. Okay, and they don't have that yet. So let's go to November. Okay, it is November, and check out our grapes. They are all yellow. That means they're ready to be pruned. Okay, so what we're going to do, we went into the shop and we got our pruner. We put it on the front of our tractor. If you remember from PAX, that's it right there. It costs $16,000. Okay, so we're going to hop in here. We had to unfold it, lower it, and turn it on. Then we're just going to run down this thing. It's a little aggravating kind of keeping straight. Grapes in general are somewhat aggravating to do. Okay, there we go. We're going. We are pruning the grapes. So what we got to do is go down each row like this. And then you'll be done. So you got to prune all these rows. And then you got to go down and put another layer of fertilization. You could do that this month or next month. And then you're good until springtime. And then in June, what you got to do is run the mulcher and the subsoiler again. So you mulch the grass and then subsoil it again. And there you go. So remember, you got to do this, put another layer of fertilization, and then you're pretty much done. You don't have to replant anything. Everything will be all fertilized, and it will be ready to go and harvest them again at harvest season in September. Okay, that's the process for grapes from start to finish. Let's talk about the money real quick. They can be very, very profitable. Okay, they can be very profitable. When you harvest grapes in September, price was $1,481 for 1,000 liters. If we would have took our stuff to the market then, it would have worked out to $22,962 an acre. That's a lot. That's a tremendous amount of money. But if we were to get the grape silo, and I showed you a couple of those that were mods, they are mods, and you put the grapes in there and hold it till the optimum time to sell it, I think that was May, then the price was $2,170 per 1,000 liters. Okay, and that works out to $33,647 an acre. That is tremendous. $33,647 an acre. That's a lot. So now I wouldn't want to do a field of 40 acres of this stuff because it's tedious. But if you got a small farm, this is better than rice even. If you got a small farm and you want to maximize your money per acre, this is a great way to do it. When Farming Simulator 25 first came out, the yield and stuff wasn't as much, and they increased it on one of the updates. So this is all new information. If you watched a video from a year ago, it is old news. Okay, it's old news, and this is the new information. So this is hot off the press there. You're now getting $34,000 an acre with grapes. And that's not including putting it into production. So there you go. That's just the grapes themselves. So that's all I got. I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies so they can make a lot of money with grapes. I'll see you on the next go-round. Bye-bye.